Another summer of gaming is about to kick off. Fields of Mistria's next big update is coming soon, and it's finally time to usher in a new era of Nintendo with the Switch 2. All this and more today. Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, bringing you the latest gaming news with Sunnyside Up. Today is June 2nd, 2025. Summer Game Fest is almost here, taking place on Friday, June 6th at 5 p.m. ET, 2 p.m. PT, and 9 p.m. GMT. The official hype trailer has been published, and it looks like we're in for quite a show. Of course, no secrets are ever revealed in these hype trailers, but there were definitely a lot of titles featured quite prominently that I was not expecting to see. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, South of Midnight, Split Fiction, and Mixtape, just to name a few. There's also tons of other heavy hitters like Death Stranding 2, Doom, Hell Is Us, Arc Raiders. Honestly, the list goes on and on. I'm so curious to know if these games that were in the hype trailer have announcements that they're going to be making at Summer Game Fest. Some of my favorite games of the year so far were included in this hype trailer, so I'm really even extra excited now. It seems like this Summer Game Fest is going to be perhaps the biggest one to date. Along with the hype trailer, a graphic was shared revealing some of the partners for this year's Summer Game Fest. Jeff Keighley shared that they're proud to welcome a record-setting 60-plus partners for Summer Game Fest 2025. Just looking at this lineup is really exciting. It kind of seems like almost everyone is going to be here, in at least some respect. We've got Annapurna, which publishes tons of amazing games like Wanderstop, Stray, Lush Foil Photography Sim, just to name a few. We have Blumhouse Games, which maybe I'm too optimistic in hoping that we'll see more from Grave Seasons, but hey, I can hope. CD Projekt is also going to be there, which is exciting. I love Cyberpunk, and I know The Witcher is very popular, so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to be talking about. Dreamhaven is also going to be there, so I do wonder if they're going to be doing some promotions with Linked or one of their other projects. Another one that's going to be there that I'm excited about is Pearl Abyss. Now, it is quite likely they'll just be showing off Crimson Desert, but the closer we get to the launch of Crimson Desert, the closer we get to more information about DDLV, which was featured in my latest episode of Cherry on Top, sharing 10 upcoming cozy open world games, so be sure to check that out if you've missed it. We also, for perhaps the first time, have all the big three here. So we have Xbox, we have PlayStation, and we have Nintendo Switch 2 specifically. So not just Nintendo, not just Nintendo Switch, but specifically Nintendo Switch 2. So there's definitely a chance this could just be like ad space that they purchased, in partnership with the show. But I don't know, I wouldn't actually be surprised if they decided to show something off. I feel like they'll still want to keep their biggest announcements for their directs, but you never know. Nintendo always surprises us, so we will see what they share. I'm really hoping for some big PlayStation news, but I also feel like they'll probably do a state of play or showcase, so it could just be more like minor announcements. Regardless, this lineup is so solid, so at this point, I am quite literally just counting down the days. Tons of other showcases will be taking place over the weekend, so expect tons of announcements, which of course I will sift through and curate to bring you the highlights in the next episode of Sunnyside Up. And be sure to never miss an episode by subscribing to the channel and turning your notifications on. Plus, if you love the show, let me know by shining the lovely like button and sharing your highlight of the week down in the comments. An official release date was announced for Tiny Bookshop, the fairly highly anticipated cozy narrative management game. In this title, you get to stock your tiny bookshop with different books and items, set up your shop in scenic locations, and run your cozy secondhand bookshop while getting to know the locals. We received a brand new trailer alongside this announcement, which revealed a lot more of the gameplay, and honestly, some surprises, at least for me. While this is going to be a management game, it actually looks looks like we're going to be able to do a lot more than simply manage the bookshop. Throughout the trailer, there were lots of like little moments within the world where it looks like we'll actually get to immerse ourselves in the local events and festivities. We were also able to get a look at how the world is going to change across seasons, different weather conditions, and it looks like there's even going to be some specific seasonal content, like they did reveal some spooky themed items and such. So I love to see that, and I also loved getting a better look at how the decorating looks like it's going to be for customizing your tiny bookshop. Looks like you can decorate both the inside and make arrangements on the outside as well. So I'm definitely even more interested in Tiny Bookshop after seeing this trailer, and luckily we won't have to wait too long before playing it because it will be releasing on Steam on August 7th. But there is also a demo available now for it if you'd like to try it out for yourself. I think I'll be waiting until the release so I can just dive in, all at once. Fields of Mistria shared that the game's next major update will be releasing sometime in July. This is the game's third major update throughout its early access journey, and it will bring tons of exciting new features just like previous updates. In the category of villagers and romance, the NPC heart cap will be raised from 6 hearts, where it's currently at, to 8 hearts, so you can level up more. This will also include some new heart events at the 8 heart level for dateable NPCs, as well as 8 heart NPC dialogue, both for romantic and best friend routes. There will also be a new dating mechanic, which I'm really curious to learn more about. This is something that was more recently added to Coral Island, and I think this made a huge difference in my experience of getting to know the various characters, and it was definitely something I wished I had experienced even earlier. So I'm excited to see Fields of Mistria throwing something like this in there before the full release. I think that's a really smart idea. In the category of mines and dungeons, they're going to be adding some new mine monsters, updating some of the monster variant mechanics, and also adding some new unlockable cosmetic drops from monsters. In the category of Renown and Town, the Renown level cap will once again be raised by an additional 5 levels. Additional requests will be added to the request board. There will be new museum sets and rewards to collect and unlock, new town repair quests to take on, and most excitingly, for me personally, there's actually going to be 2 new unlockable Saturday market vendors, which is super exciting because I definitely wanted there to be more vendors ultimately at the Saturday markets. And then there's also going to be another new festival. Some updates will also be arriving for skills and perks, so the skill caps will be raised from level 45, where they're at now, to level 60. With this, there will also be some additional tier 4 and 5 skill perks. On the topic of customization and cosmetics, there will be an additional home upgrade introduced, as well as more player cosmetics, furniture, and decor. And for miscellaneous updates, there will be the addition of larger storage chests, which I'm sure many will appreciate, updates to the storage chest user interface, all new greenhouses, and more. Please note that this roadmap does serve as a reference for update goals and is subject to change, but this update looks super promising, and it is getting harder and harder for me to wait until 1.0 to dive back into the game, but I'm gonna stay strong because I know that'll be the right choice for me. But let me know if you've been playing through all the updates and if you're really excited for this next one. A brand new cozy game was announced at Tiny Build Connect. This game is called Hozy, and it's all about restoring a forgotten neighborhood through your favorite hobby, one cozy room at a time. In Hozy, you get to clean, paint, and decorate abandoned homes with satisfying mechanics and intuitive controls. Enjoy the little details as you interact with tools, items, and furniture to bring each space back to life. The game is all about slowing down, so there's no timers, there's no scores or penalties, and absolutely no stress. It's just you, your tools, and the simple joy of making spaces beautiful again. I love how this is almost giving unpacking meets house flipper and even power wash simulator. It looks so satisfying to clean the windows and the floors, paint the walls, and then unpack boxes and set up these houses with all sorts of little items and furniture. I can definitely see just from the trailer that it looks like it's very satisfying to play, and I just love how this game looks. Everything looks so polished and so high quality. The physics of the different items look amazing too. So I definitely have my eye on this one. There is a playtest that's going on right now. So if you want to request access on Steam, you can do that if you would like to. Otherwise, the planned release date is just to be announced. We do know for sure that it will be coming to Steam. However, other platform plans have yet to be announced. And a returning event is running now in Disney Dreamlight Valley, and that is the Dreamlight Parks Fest. From now until June 17th, collect buttons and complete quests to unlock Disney Parks-inspired prizes, which you can use to decorate your valley. Apparently, this year's festival is popping off with extra fun, so you can enjoy increased chances to obtain blue buttons and new sweet rewards, including 7 wearable popcorn buckets to top off your look. To participate, take part in harvesting, fishing, crafting, and completing villagers' requests around your valley, and each day you'll also receive quests from either Scrooge McDuck, Ursula, Wall-E, Mickey Mouse, or Moana, calling for some cupcake baking and delivering. And if you've already participated in past Dreamlight Parks Fest events, be sure to check in with Scrooge McDuck and Mirabelle, who will have new festive quests to offer. There are also 7 new achievements to unlock, each rewarding you with a cute wearable popcorn bucket. Now, I personally missed out on this event last year, so I am excited to see it making a return with some new additions for players who have, already completed it. I also want to quickly let you guys know that Palia is offering some login rewards. So if you log into the game before June 9th, you'll be given a potato pod and a Series 1 sticker pack. And as for Infinity Nikki, there's a new redeem code available. If you enter Nikki's favorite rice dumpling, you'll be given 200 diamonds and 18,000 bling. And of course, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 is releasing this week on June 5th. This is a huge moment in the gaming industry and a really big moment for Nintendo. It's really the beginning of a whole new era of Nintendo Switch, and I'm really excited to see how this new console generation plays out. In case you didn't know, I will be getting a Nintendo Switch 2, so I will be reporting back to you guys on, how exactly everything is running. We'll be checking out some of the new first-party games, some new third-party games, some original Nintendo Switch games, and, seeing how they run on Switch 2 if they, show improvements, because they should. I did want to share a couple of useful resources though ahead of the launch in case you're, curious about what will be compatible with Switch 2, as well as what games will be getting some free updates. So there is an official resource from Nintendo that is tracking basically every single game that is playable and compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2, and they are rated on a scale of how compatible they are, anywhere from, no issues found during compatibility testing, all the way down the spectrum to just not at all being compatible. So that includes Nintendo games as well as partner games, and I will have that link down in the description for your reference. And then there's also actually going to be some Nintendo Switch games that are going to get free updates, which is great to see because there are a lot of paid upgrades as well and paid expansions, but there's actually quite a decent list of games that are just going to be getting free updates. I'll have that list as well linked down in the description. I'm personally really excited to see that Mario Odyssey and Echoes of Wisdom are going to be getting free upgrades, but alongside some other phenomenal titles. So check that out too if you're curious to know about that. But yeah, it just feels pretty crazy that this is it. This is, the next era for Nintendo. All the directs moving forward are gonna definitely have stuff to showcase for the Nintendo Switch 2. More and more new releases are gonna be more ambitious, and honestly, they're just gonna look better. They're gonna run better. I mean, at least that's the hope. So I'm really excited. I love first-party Nintendo titles. That's literally the only reason why I have a Nintendo Switch in the first place, because I play all of my third-party games on PlayStation 5. So yeah, I can't wait for the new era, a new generation of Nintendo Switch first-party games, and I'm excited to go on this journey with you guys as well. And on that note, coming up this week, the sky will be full of rainbows on Thursday with the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 and its substantial launch library of both first and third-party titles. My personal top picks at launch are, of course, Mario Kart World, which is the next ambitious entry in the series, and be sure to tune into my launch day stream where we'll be checking out the all-new open world mode. Survival Kids is also releasing on Thursday, offering a cozy co-op adventure for up to 4 players. Stranded on a series of unique islands set upon the back of giant wardles, you'll work together with up to 4 players online or 2 players in local co-op to explore, chop, craft, fish, cook, and solve your way to safety. Expect a sunshiny weekend, kicking things off on Friday with Summer Game Fest, showcasing what's next in video games, taking place at 5 p.m. ET, 2 p.m. PT, 9 p.m. GMT. On Saturday, look forward to the annual Wholesome Direct, featuring a vibrant lineup of artistic, uplifting, and emotionally resonant games at 9 a.m. PT, 12 p.m. ET, and 6 p.m. CET. This will be followed by the seasonal Future Game Show, featuring world premieres, exclusive trailers, and developer interviews at 1 p.m. PT, 4 p.m. ET, and 9 p.m. BST. And the sunshine will continue into Sunday with the Xbox Games Showcase at 10 a.m. PT, 1 p.m. ET, and 6 p.m. BST. And finally, the PC Gaming Show will broadcast at 12 p.m. PDT, 3 p.m. EDT, and 8 p.m. BST, featuring over 70 games, exclusives, and announcements. While these are my top picks for showcases that you might like to tune into yourself, there's actually dozens and dozens taking place just over the next couple of weeks, so be sure to check back in with me on our weekly episodes of Sunnyside Up News so that I can keep you in the loop. But otherwise, let me know, what will you be playing this week, and what new announcements or showcases are you most excited for? Anything and everything, you know I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, I love you all, and until next time, take care.